Hello students. Today we are going to continue with Act 3 Scene 2 Part 2. In the previous part we had done up till the portion when Bassanio had chosen the right casket and Portia had given him a ring and taken a promise from him that he will never part from the ring. Otherwise it would be the end of their love, and Bassanio also promises her. Now let's see further. Nerissa, my lord and lady, it is now our time that have stood by and seen our wishes prosper to cry good joy, my lord and lady. So Nerissa says that now it is, she wishes both of them congratulations. She congratulates them and says that now is the time that we who were standing apart now should congratulate you and we should express our joy at this time. Then Gratiano says, my lord Bassanio and my gentle lady, I wish you all the joy that you can wish. For I am sure you can wish none from me, and when you honors means to solemnize the bargain of your faith, I do beseech you, even at that time I may be married too. So Gratiano also congratulates both Bassanio and Portia, and he says that I wish you all the joy and happiness, and this is the only wish that I can do for you. But I request you that the day when you people will be solemnized, that means you'll be engaging or marrying each other, and all the ceremonies would be taking place at that time. I too want to get married. Bassanio says, with all my heart, so thou canst get a wife. Bassanio says, of course, you are most welcome that you can also get married on that day, but you should have a lady as a wife. Gratian, I thank your lordship, you have got me one. My eyes, my lord, can look as swift as yours. You saw the mistress, I behold the maid. You loved, I love, for intermission no more pertains to me, my lord, than you. Your fortune stood upon caskets there, and so did mine too, as a matter falls for wooing here until I sweat again, and shearing till my very roof was dry with oaths of love at last. If promise last, I got a promise of this fair one here to have her love provided that your fortune achieved her mistress. So Gratiano says that I thank you, my lord, that because of you only I could get a lady to be as a wife to me. You had you were quoting the you can say the lady, but I was quoting her maid. That means he is speaking about Nerissa, and he says that I my eyes are also as swift as yours. You looked upon the lady, and I looked upon that maiden, that maid, and we had been promising each other, and your luck depended on the caskets, but our luck depended on you. That if you choose a right casket, then only we would be marrying. I had made many promises to Nerissa till, and I had been taking oaths also till my tongue got dried, and all my efforts were there in order to win her as a wife. But she took a promise from me that when your fortune flourishes and you are able to win the casket, the correct casket, then only we would be getting married. Then Portia says, is this true, Nerissa? Nerissa, madam, it is so, so you can stand pleased with all. Nerissa, then Portia confirms from Nerissa, and Nerissa says, yes, it is true, madam. And Gratiano, then madam, it is true, and I wish I may be pleased to do this. Then Bassanio, and do you, Gratiano, mean good faith? Then Bassanio asks Gratiano, are you true to your promise? Do you really want to get married to Nerissa? Gratiano, yes, faith, my lord. Yes, I do believe, and I will keep my promise to her. Then Bassanio says, then our feast shall be much honored in your marriage. So Bassanio says, our wedding feast will be honored in your presence also. You both can also get married. Then Gratiano, we'll play with them, the first boy for 1,000 ducats. Then Gratiano says, but I bet that the first issue will be of ours. That means the first child will be of ours only. So it is a bet of 1,000 ducats. Nerissa, what, and stake down? Nerissa says, what do you mean? Should we lose a wager? Wager means at bet. Graciano, no, shall never win at that sport and stake down. Then Graciano says, I do not mean to say that we shall never be able to defeat our opponents in any case in producing the first child, rather. So we may lose a wager, but who comes here? Are they Lorenzo and Jessica? Because then he sees that somebody is coming from the main gate, and so they said that who is coming here. So it was Lorenzo and Jessica, and it is my old friend from Venice, Celerio. So Graciano says, no, I did not mean that, but it is true that we'll never be able to win from our opponents, that is Bassanio and Portia, in order to have the first child. And we will definitely lose the wager. But then he sees that Celerio, Jessica, and Lorenzo are appearing. Bassanio, Lorenzo, and Celerio, welcome hither. If that youth of my new interest here have power to bid you welcome by your leave, I bid my very friends and countrymen, sweet Portia, welcome. Then Bassanio says, oh, Lorenzo and Celerio, you both are welcome over here. And if my newly achieved interest in this place allows me to welcome you, to with your permission, Portia, I would like to greet them and welcome them here. Portia says, so do I, my lord. They are entirely welcome. So Portia agrees and she says that I also welcome them. Lorenzo, I thank your honor for my part, my lord. My purpose was not to have see you here, but meeting with Celerio by the way, he did entreat me past all saying nay to come with him along. Lorenzo says that I thank you, Lord, for this honor that you are showing us, but actually I did not mean to visit you presently, but it was Celerio that who met us on the way, and so he insisted on us to meet you, to come along with him, and so we have come here to meet you along with Celerio. Then Celerio, I did, my lord, and I have reason for it. Signor Antonio commends him to you. Celerio says, yes, I did this, and I have a definite reason for doing such a thing. And Mr. Antonio has sent you some greetings. And then he gives a letter to Bassanio. Ere I ope this letter, I pray you tell me how my good friend doth. Bassanio says, before I open this letter, first of all, you tell me how is Antonio doing nowadays? Is he fine? Then Celerio says, not sick, my lord, unless it be in mind, nor well, unless in mind. His letter there will show you his estate. Then Celerio, in a confusing way, says that he is not sick, though he is in mind, but if he may appear to be healthy in body, but mentally he is quite disturbed. Neither he is well. I cannot even say that he is well unless his good condition is also in mind, because it cannot be seen. And this letter automatically will tell you his condition, so you can read the letter and come to know what is happening. Then he says that Bassanio opens the letter and Graciano, Nerissa, cheer you, stranger. Bid her welcome your hand, Celerio. What the news from Venice? How doth that royal merchant good Antonio? I know he will be glad of our success. We are the Jasons, we have won the fleece. Then Graciano also greets them, and he says that Nerissa, go to the strangers and visit them and bid them welcome. And then he says that Nerissa, you can go to Jessica and welcome her. Then he asks Celerio that how is that gentleman Antonio, and I know that he will be quite happy to hear that we have won this lottery of caskets, and we are actually the Jasons who have won the golden fleece. This thing I have already told you in Act 1, Scene 1 videos. Then Celerio says, I would you had won the fleece that he had lost. Celerio says, well, I wish that you people had helped him and had helped him in winning that golden fleece which he has lost. Portia, there are some shrewd contents in yon some paper that steals the color from Bassanio's cheek. Some dear friend dead, else nothing in the world could turn so much the constitution of any constant man. What worse and worse. With leave, Bassanio, I am half yourself, and I must really have half of anything that the same paper brings you. Now Portia sees that the face expression of Bassanio is changing. And then she says that there are some unpleasant words in the letter, definitely, because of which the color of the cheeks of Bassanio are becoming dull, and maybe some friend is dead or some serious incident has happened, because nothing in the world can turn a strong and a firm man like Bassanio in such a way and make him a pale person. And what he is growing worse and worse in the situation of his, in the expression of his face. So then she says that, by your leave, Bassanio, since I am half of you now, I am your better half now, so I have the right to know that what is there in the letter that is changing your face expression, and what is it? Bassanio, oh sweet Portia, here are a few of the unpleasant words that ever blotted paper. Gentle lady, when I did first impart my love to you, I freely told you all the wealth I had ran in my veins. I was a gentleman, and then I told you true. And yet, dear lady, rating myself at nothing, you shall see how much I was a braggart. When I told you my state was nothing, I should have then have told you that I was worse than nothing. For indeed I have engaged myself to dear friend, engaged my friend to his mere enemy to feed my means. Here is a letter, lady, the paper as body of my friend, and every word in it a gaping wound, issuing life blood. But is it true, Celerio hath all his ventures failed? What not one hit from Tripolis, Mexico, England, Lisbon, Barbary, and India? And not a one vessel escaped the dreadful touch of merchant marring rocks. Then Bassanio tells Portia that, sweet Portia, here are some unpleasant words in the letter. Never have such dreadful letters ever blotted a piece of paper as this letter is containing such words. And do you remember, Portia, when initially I met you, I told you that I was a royal person, and how much I had spent money in useless expenditure, that I had become very poor and I had nothing with myself. But at that time, I was true to you. I told you the truth. But I must have told you something more, that I had become more and more worse as a person because of me only. My friend, my dear friend, the dearest friend of my life, has engaged himself to a dangerous person because of me only. And due to which his bitter enemy had taken the advantage, and now he is in danger, his life is in danger. This letter is like the body of my friend Antonio, and every word is just like the wound of his body. Every letter has been written with the blood wound of his body. And then he asked Celerio, is it true, whatever is written, that all his ships have failed? None of them has been saved from Tripolis, Mexico, England, Barbary, India. None of the ships have escaped from the damage. And what a dreadful, destructive, you can say, luck has fallen upon Antonio. Then Celerio says, not one, my lord. Besides, it should appear that if he had the present money to discharge the due, he would not take it. Never did I know a creature that did bear the shape of man. So keen and greedy to confound a man, he plies at the duke at morning and at night, and doth impeach the freedom of his state if they deny him justice. 20 merchants, the duke himself, and the magnificos of greatest port have all persuaded with him, but none can drive him from the envious plea of forfeiture of justice and his bond. Celerio says, not even one has been saved, and it seems even if Antonio had the money presently with himself, the Jew would not take it. The Jew is adamant to take his bond, and so he visits day and night the house of the Duke, and gives him a plea that he should give him justice. And if they deny him justice, then it would mar, or it can defame the freedom of the state of Venice. So 20 merchants along with Chus have already tried to persuade him and convince him that he should not take the bond, as it would be a dangerous thing or it would be fatal to Antonio, and have pleaded him to show mercy. But he is adamant on taking the bond, and he says that he would have his bond. So he demands that he must get the penalty that is mentioned in the bond that Antonio had signed. Jessica, when I was with him, I have heard him swear to Tubal and to Chus, his countrymen, that he would rather have Antonio's flesh than 20 times the value of some that he did owe him. And I know, my lord, if law, authority, and power deny not, I will it will go hard with poor Antonio. So Jessica says, when I was with my father, Shylock, then I had heard him that how he had talked to this Chus and Tubal about having his revenge with Antonio and taking his pound of flesh. Even if 20 times the value of that given amount would be given to him, he will never accept it. And so he is bloodthirsty. And I know if law, authority, everything would go with him, then it would be very, very fatal for Antonio. Portia, is it your dear friend that is thus in trouble? So Portia says, is he your very close friend that is in trouble? Bassanio, the dearest friend to me, the kindest man, the best conditioned and the unwearied spirit in doing courtesies, and the one in whom the ancient Roman honor more appears than any that draw breath in Italy. Bassanio says he is the most dearest friend, the kindest man in Italy, and the best natured, who never tires in doing favors to people. He is a person which ancient Roman times never has ever been born. Then Portia says, what sum owes he the Jew? Portia asks the amount that he owes to the Jew. Bassanio, for me 3,000 ducats. So Bassanio tells that for me he had taken 3,000 ducats. Portia, what no more? Pay him 6,000 and deface a bond, double 6,000 and then treble that. Before a friend of this description shall lose a hair through Bassanio's fault, first go with me to church and call me wife, and then away to Venice to your friend. For never shall you lie by Portia's side with an unquiet soul. You shall have gold to pay the petty debt 20 times over. When it is paid, bring your true friend along. My maid Nerissa and myself meantime will live as maids and widows. Come away, for you shall hence upon your wedding day bid your friends welcome. Show a merry cheer, since you are dear. But I will love you, dear, but let me hear the letter of your friend. Portia says, this is all. The money that he owes. Pay him 6,000 and just you can say cancel the bond. You can even double that 6,000 or you can treble it. Whatever amount he is asking you, just give it and cancel the bond before the person whom you have described is going to face a danger. This person with good qualities should never be harmed. But before that, you should go with me to the church, call me wife. That means we should have our nuptial bond. First of all, the nuptial knot be tied. And then after marrying me, you can straight away go to Venice, because I know that even if you lie by my side on bed, you will never have a quiet soul. You will always be thinking about your dearest friend. So, till then, me and Nerissa are going to live the lives of widows or maidens, and we'll be waiting for you. So, let us go at once. And after marrying at church, you shall leave this place immediately on the day of your marriage. Welcome your friends and show a cheerful face. And after doing all the things, bring your dearest friend over here. And this, I love you, my dear Bassanio. As your friend Antonio has made great sacrifice on your part, so you should bring him. First of all, you should save him from the clutches of that cruel Jew. But let me hear your friend's letter first. Bassanio, Sweet Bassanio, my ships have all miscarried, my creditors grown cruel, my estate is very low, my bond to the Jew is forfeit, and since in paying it it is impossible, I shall live all debts are cleared between you and I. If I might but see you at my death, notwithstanding, use your pleasure. If your love do not persuade you to come, let not my letters. So Bassanio reads a letter in which it was written that sweet Bassanio, all my ships have drowned, they have been wrecked, and I have been left with nothing. And my creditors have become cruel. They are just demanding the amount from me. My condition is extremely, you can say, merciful, and I'm not able to fulfill the Jew's bond. So I have to pay the penalty of that bond. And since in paying that, I know that my life will be in danger. But before that, if I could see you, but if your love and your business affairs are still not allowing you to come here, then forget this letter. Portia, oh love, dispatch all the business and be gone. So Portia says, oh my dear Bassanio, finish all that you have to do and then immediately leave Belmont and go to Venice. Bassanio, since I have your good leave to go away, I will make haste, but till I come again, no bed shall ever be guilty of my stay, no rest be interposer twixt us twain. Bassanio, since you have given me the permission, I will immediately leave for Venice, but until I come back here, I shall not be guilty of taking rest in my bed. No rest, no comfort will be there till I save my best friend, and that is, I shall rest only when I am in your company. No rest will give me that much peace which I'll be having in your company. Till then, you have to wait for me. And then they all leave. So, this is the way this scene has finished, in which we have seen how Bassanio, after thinking very, very cleverly, had chosen the lead casket in which he found the portrait of Portia, and Portia was very happy to see that her love had won the casket. And then in the casket, after finding out the portrait of the casket, how he had praised the portrait, and after that, Celerio and Jessica and Lorenzo had come with the letter of Antonio, in which he came to know that all the ships of Antonio have been wrecked, and now he's left with nothing. He is not in a condition to pay the amount of the bond, so he will have to give the pound of flesh to the Jew Shylock. So before dying, he wants to see Bassanio, but he's such a kind person that he also writes in the letter that if your business has not been fulfilled and your love does not allow you to come to Venice, then forget this letter. But in that case, Portia says that you can pay 6,000 to that Jew. You can even double or treble that amount, but in any case, you have to bring your dearest friend to Belmont and save him from the clutches of that cruel Jew. So before that, they have decided to get married into to the church, and then immediately Bassanio will after that go away to Venice. So hope this scene is clear to you people. And if you have understood it, you can press the like button and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.